You know that one guy who always takes it just a little too far, blowing up buildings while others argue over whether their strongly worded memo is too aggressive or not? That's Saw Gerrera. A young man at the time of the Clone Wars, Saw and his sister Steela sparked a rebellion against Separatist control, long before the Rebel Alliance even existed. Some call him a hero, others a terrorist. But here's the question. Can a rebellion survive without people like Saw? And if someone does all the wrong things for the right reasons, are they still wrong? Talktooine. Let's rewind, and I'll introduce this in a way that's familiar. It's 22 BBY. The Clone Wars are raging, and Onderon is under the control of a separatist puppet government. I don't know how he did that every time. It's exhausting. Saw and Steela lead a jungle-based insurgency, fighting to restore the rightful king, Ramses Dendup. Quick sidebar. Yeah, I know this is a canon video, but in Legends, Onderon has a long tradition of flipping tables over who gets to wear the crown. And if there's one thing Dave Filoni loves, it's pulling from Legends like we won't notice. We totally notice. What made this uprising different? The Jedi showed up. Not to take over, but to train them. Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka taught Saw and his fighters how to wage guerrilla war. And Saw? He was all in. Even Anakin, the guy who tore through a Tusken Raider camp with the restraint of a rancor in a daycare center, was just like, this guy needs a timeout. The rebels win. Sort of. Rash, and that's his last name, gets removed. Dendup retakes the throne, and Onderon celebrates its freedom, but it costs Steela her life. That moment fractures Saw. She was the balance, the one who made him pause before lighting the fuse. Without her, he didn't just burn bright. He scorched everything around him. The Empire rises. The Clone Wars end. The Republic dies. The Empire rises. And Saw? He keeps fighting. He forms the Partisans, a rebel cell that doesn't just resist tyranny, it nukes it. Civilians in the blast radius? Tragic. But Saw would call it expedited recruitment. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here, and what do I know? I just have a Star Wars YouTube channel, but I'm pretty sure Saw would just be like, every single civilian casualty is just a rebel who doesn't know they've signed up yet. Okay, no more bad impressions for the rest of this video, I promise. His recklessness made him a problem for the more polished rebels. Mon Mothma, Bail Organa, Leia, even Cassian Andor, they all kept him at arm's length. He was too wild, too angry, too willing to destroy everything, even if it meant taking the Empire with it. But here's the twist. Saw wasn't wrong. He saw the Death Star threat early. He knew the Empire wasn't just corrupt. It was the kind of evil that builds orphanages just to blow them up and blame the rebellion for the fallout. Jyn, Bodhi, and the end of the line. After Lyra Erso is killed, and Galen is taken by the Empire, Saw rescues their daughter Jyn. He raises her in hiding, trains her to survive. But by the time Rogue One rolls around, he's consumed by paranoia. He abandons Jyn at 16 years of age. Not out of malice, but because he fears the Empire will use her to get to him. When Bodhi Rook defects with a message, Saw doesn't trust it, so he sicks Boar Gullet on him, a truth squid with zero respect for personal space and a serious side effect list. Saw, now scarred and wheezing, is more symbol than soldier. But he's still sharp. He connects the dots. And when the Death Star fires on Jedha, Saw doesn't run. He stays. Whether it's conviction or just exhaustion, he dies staring down the thing he spent his life warning everyone about. So, who was Saw Gerrera? A rebel, a terrorist, a survivor, a teacher, a man who knew too much for too long. To Imperials, he was a threat. To rebels, an embarrassment. His tactics were ugly. His choices, brutal. But his cause? Dead on. The rebellion may have flown clean flags, but it stood on the ashes Saw left behind. Saw Gerrera didn't get a medal, didn't get a monument, but maybe he was exactly what the galaxy needed before it was ready to admit it. Was Saw a necessary monster, or the first true rebel? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And just a word of advice. Don't call him a terrorist unless you've already left the system. May the Force be with you.